What's going on YouTube? My name is Austin Pace. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On this channel, I create a bunch of fitness content, workout videos, videos about diet and nutrition. I try to provide as much value as I can to help you achieve your fitness goal. Now in today's video, I'm going to show you 2 unique arm exercises that you can start using in your own training. I got this idea for this video from a couple different TikTok posts I made. Yes, I'm on TikTok now. You can follow me on there. I've actually grown a following pretty fast and have a couple of viral videos. One actually has 3.5 million views and it blows my mind. I've been on Instagram for like 4 years. I've been on YouTube for just over a year, and TikTok is where it's at. I really like that platform. I'm creating content on there, but anyways, I created 2 pieces of content on there regarding arm training, specifically an exercise for your bicep and your triceps. And I think the tips that I gave really was something new that people have maybe never heard of. And it's one of those things that you can only really experience until you go into the gym and try. So first, we're gonna go take a look at bicep curls and the variation in way I would like you to try to do curls for the next 2 to 3 months. Let's go give it a try. All right, I'm too layered up right now, I think, to show you the functions and the things I'm about to show you with my biceps. So let's go ahead and change that. Much better. Now, the biggest mistake I see in the gym when people are doing bicep curls by far is just using too much weight. So a lot of times you're gonna see people really arch their backs to get that weight up, especially when the reps get hard. A lot of swaying going on. That's not necessarily what I want to talk about in this video. A lot of people know that they should be using lighter weight. So step 1, I guess, is to use a weight that you are able to control. But the biggest way I see people do curls in the gym, I'm not even gonna call it a mistake, is very much so a drag curl. Now, let me show you what I mean. A lot of people in the gym, when they do curls, regardless of what kind of variation it is, will keep their elbows pinched by their sides and just do this right here. There's not much shoulder flexion going on, just a simple drag curl right here. Now look, if you do it that way, yes, you're gonna get a good pump. You're gonna feel it in your biceps, but I think you're missing out on a pretty overlooked and important function of the bicep that could potentially increase your chances of growing the size of your biceps just from a greater range of motion. So let's go over 3 functions of the biceps. Okay, we got forearm flexion, basically what people already do for the most part with their curls. Then we got forearm supination. So when people tell you to twist at the top of the curl, that is forearm supination. Now, the one function that most people overlook, and I don't see it done in the gym, or at least properly, is the shoulder flexion aspect of the bicep. So I posted a video about this on TikTok that went viral, the 3 million plus view one. Lots of skepticism on it. Everyone was like, why the heck would you move your elbows when you're doing a bicep curl? You know, a lot of people have been told not to do that, and I think there's a misconception with the way I explained it. So I'm not telling you to move your elbows before the other 2 functions are completed, okay? So I think it's a good idea to go lighter, especially the first time you do this. We're gonna stand tall. I like to flex my triceps at the end of the rep just to get a full stretch of my biceps. We're gonna get that forearm flexion, simultaneously getting supination. This is probably the part of the curl you're used to doing. At the end of this, after we've done these 2 functions, we're gonna get slight shoulder flexion, okay? So the curl, full range of motion and rep is going to look like this. So I want you to try this real quick. Go ahead, take your arm. I want you to get forearm flexion, get some supination in it as well. And all I want you to do is just, at this point, bring that elbow forward. I want to know, comment below, do you feel a better contraction in your bicep when you go from this point to this point? My guess is you're gonna answer yes, and that is exactly what I want you to do, regardless if it's a barbell curl, dumbbell curl, cable curl. I want you to get used to getting slight shoulder flexion at the top of each rep. Do this with your biceps, get stronger at this technique, this range of motion, and I guarantee that there's a good chance, as long as you're eating enough calories, that your biceps will experience some growth. The next muscle I want to talk about is the tricep. Now, I think regardless of what tricep exercise you're doing, most people understand the idea of elbow extension, and regardless of whether it's a rope push down, a skull crusher, what is happening here is squeezing, extending, bending at the elbows, right? It's the same kind of thing with this. I'm gonna show you an example for 2 different tricep exercises, but I think a lot of people fail to take into account the shoulder extension function that the tricep is doing. So it's taking those arms straight, moving those shoulders back, okay? So I'll show you an example with this dumbbell skull crusher to show you what I mean. So whether this is the barbell or dumbbell skull crusher, a lot of people like to stack their arms directly over their shoulders. Right here, they're gonna come do a good job at coming straight down and extending up with those elbows. Just like the bicep drag curls, yes, you're gonna feel a pump in your triceps. Not saying this is an incorrect way to do this. You are going to get some type of results from getting stronger at this variation. But what I want you to do is bring these arms back a little bit into shoulder extension. Now when we bring the dumbbells down, you're gonna get a better stretch in the triceps. And now most importantly, I want you to think about extending those elbows back behind you rather than coming from here, back up to here. Get those elbows back, keep them locked, extend out behind you. I mean, just doing this right now for like 2 or 3 reps, the difference between doing this and that is night and day as far as the pump and contraction I'm getting in my triceps. Yes, you are going to have to lighten the weight, but my damn, it is a huge difference. Let me show you an example with a push down variation. All right, so I want you to think of it this way. Anytime you do a tricep kickback, does it not seem like you get the craziest contraction and pump? That is because of the amount of shoulder flexion you're in, puts your tricep in a better position to just fully contract. So when we're doing something like a push down, whether you're using a rope or a straight bar, I think it's a good idea to emphasize, good posture, elbows locked. As you come down, you want to think about pressing down and towards your waist. I think that slightest shoulder flexion at the end of the rep will enhance that contraction, enhance that pump, just enough to make a substantial difference. And that is it. Look, those are my 2 tips, unique arm exercises, things you can start implementing for your bicep and tricep training. Now, obviously, most importantly is going to be eating enough calories to allow yourself to grow and add lean muscle tissue. So don't expect these tips to be anything magic, but I think if you do implement these tips that your pumps will be better, you will be using a greater range of motion. If you can be strict with your technique and get stronger with these variations, it might just pay off. Now, if these tips helped you out and you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I don't do any scientific research. I do read research and like to stay up to date with proven principles, proven studies that make everything that I do and implement for myself and my clients make the most sense to drive the best results. And I feel like my role in this fitness industry is to really mix what I know and love as being an athlete, someone who likes to be functionally fit, and someone who wants to build a physique, use bodybuilding, hypertrophy training to create the shape and appearance that you want. I take these 2 things and I figure out a way to make it a sustainable, enjoyable process for everyone that I help. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I'd love to help you out. Just hit me up on Instagram. We can make it happen. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. No peasantry.